If you have a cool season lawn, listen up, because there is no task that you're going to do to your lawn over the next 3 months that is going to have a greater impact on whether you have fungus or bugs or a green lawn versus a brown lawn than mowing. Mowing is the single most important thing that you're going to do to your lawn. There is no fertilizer, there is no product, there is no agent, there is nothing that is going to make a bigger impact on your lawn than mowing. And so that's why I want to spend a few moments just walking you through mowing. Now, sure, I know it sounds really simple, like everybody mows. But how you mow, when you mow, what you mow with are so stinking important. Now, sure, a few months ago, back in spring, you might have been able to get away with, some bad mowing habits. But when it comes to summer and a cool season lawn, your mowing is so important. So let's first start off by talking about when you mow. Let's first establish that your lawn is under a lot of stress, okay? It's hot, it's humid, we've got bugs, we've got fungus pressure, we've got sun beating down on our lawn. Your lawn is under a lot of stress, okay? We have a cool season lawn growing in an environment that it does not like. So when you choose to mow is really important. Because when you mow reduces the stress on the grass. Remember, I just said the grass is already under a lot of stress. When should you mow your lawn in the summertime? Well, the first thing is don't mow when it's the heat of the day. Again, your lawn is already under a lot of stress. So don't mow when it's 90 degrees and the sun is beating down on it. Wait till later in the evening, maybe when you get off work or maybe when you get back from dinner, okay? The sun is setting a little bit later, say 8, 9 o'clock, mow then. Mow just before the sun goes down. Well, Devin, I don't have time to mow at night. What about in the morning? Mowing in the morning is okay. It's better than mowing in the middle of the day, but you need to make sure that you're mowing a dry lawn. Especially around here, and when it gets really hot and humid, they get a lot of dew on the ground. So let the sun come up, let it dry some of that dew off before you mow it. And the main reason why is because wet grass blades are hard on your mower. You get a lot of clumping. You could potentially tear the grass. Let's talk about what you mow with. Now, everybody knows you need to have sharp mower blades. You've probably heard that 1,000 times, and that is very true. You need to keep your lawnmower blades sharp. I sharpen mine once a month. It's not a big deal. I've got a little bench grinder, and I sharpen them once a month. Keep them nice and razor sharp, just what I like. All right, so let's talk about something that not a lot of people mention. Up until now in springtime, our lawns have been growing like crazy. They look fantastic. And we're really showing them off. It's our time to shine, right? So what we do is we throw on maybe a lawn striper. Well, as summer hits and the heat and humidity show up, I want you to take that lawn striper off, okay? Because all it's doing is, again, adding more stress to your already stressed lawn. So how does adding a lawn striper add more stress to your lawn? Well, because a lawn striper actually lays down your grass blades. Let's think about this for a second. We've got a lot of pressure from heat and humidity, and we're laying over those grass blades. Laying over those grass blades makes it harder for those grass blades to dry out, for that sun to penetrate, for the air to move through it, okay? Your grass is weak. It already has a hard time standing up, so let's not make it worse with a lawn striper. Again, we had spring to show off our lawn. Summer, we are in survival mode. I know it sounds crazy, but we're just trying to get through the next 3 months. Then when we get to fall, you can throw that lawn striper back on. But right now, that's not what we're after. So take off that lawn striper. All right, so let's talk about how you mow, because this is where the rubber really meets the road. We all know you want to mow tall, okay? We've heard that 1,000 times. So turf type tall fescue, we want to mow 4.5 inches. Kentucky bluegrass, just mow at the top end of the height that's recommended for your grass, okay? Again, you've heard the 1/3 rule. We never want to break the 1/3 rule. So that means we never want to remove more than 1/3 of the grass blade at any one mowing. Now, here's where there's a little bit of a caveat to that. I want you to relax your standards on your mowing. Yes, the 1/3 rule, I get it. We don't want to break the 1/3 rule. But when it comes to mowing in the heat of the summer, there are periods of time where we don't get a lot of rainfall. So it may be a month or a month and a half before you get rain. So if you notice that the weather forecast is like gonna stop raining and it's gonna get hot and dry, and your lawn is gonna get 5-6 inches tall with a tall fescue lawn, yeah, you're probably gonna break the 1/3 rule, but that's okay. Because at the end of the day, what we're after is a green, healthy lawn. Breaking the 1/3 rule is more of an everyday, we don't wanna stress out the lawn, it's just a good habit to be in. But desperate times call for desperate measures, and when it's hot and humid, we're kind of in a desperate situation. So yes, we don't want to break the 1/3 rule, but you don't need to mow your lawn to death. Just relax, let it go, let it get shaggy before you mow it. It is okay. It's actually better for the grass to get a little bit longer. Okay, but the one thing you don't want to do is leave grass clippings on your lawn. We don't want to smother the lawn. So if you mow it when it's tall and you need to bag it, that's okay. Bag it, it's okay. If you do have grass clippings on your lawn, get your backpack blower out and blow up those clippings, or rake them and get them up off the lawn. That's what's more important than, say, not breaking the 1/3 rule, is don't leave your grass clippings on the lawn. Change up your mowing pattern, okay? Like I just talked about with the lawn striper, your grass blades aren't resilient. They're not full of water. They're weak. They're wanting to lay over. So change your mowing pattern. You know, maybe you mowed north and south one time. Maybe the next time you need to mow east and west, or maybe you need to do a double cut. Change your mowing pattern. Get those grass blades to stand up straight so that you're mowing them off, so that they're staying at the right height, so that that airflow is coming through, so that that sunlight is shining and drying off the turf. One of the biggest challenges that we have in a cool season lawn is dealing with fungus, and how you mow has a direct correlation on if you get fungus. Is it the end all be all? If you mow correctly, are you going to get a fungus? That's not what I'm saying. But how you mow, when you mow, and what you mow with has a direct impact on the amount of pressure that you're adding on top of already having a bunch of pressure on your lawn when it comes to mowing. So look, just to put kind of a bow on all of this. Again, I mentioned in the beginning of the video, there is no product, there's no silver bullet, there's no magic button for you to push. Mowing is simple. It's not easy, right? Doing it right, paying attention, not just mowing when you feel like it or mowing because you want to mow. You have to, if you want to keep your lawn green and looking great all summer, you have to give it a little bit more thought, a little bit more care, a little bit more attention. Again, back in the spring, that didn't really matter. It wasn't that important. But when it comes to crunch time and how you mow, like, I can't stress that enough. How you mow is so important. It is so crucial.